Отмучился, Маруся. Ну что, отплачемся. Ну что теперь делать, девочка? Давай. Вот. Все хорошо.
Смотри, да? Ром, сейчас в горку пойдет на брусьях. Сзади лапы. Чуть левее. Ром, чуть левее. Да пускай ведет его. Молодец сзади, Ром.
When I started to film, I wasn't in a film school yet. I was a teenager with a camera, with a really small photo camera that allowed me to film in a very low resolution. And I feel like it was just my way of communicating and exploring the world, making sense of what's happening around me. And things happening in Moscow and Russia. So during all these years, people around me got used to that I'm filming. It was just a part of our life. Kimi used to film me, I used to film him, and I got the idea that it might be a film when I watched all the material after Kimi's death. It was actually quite a creative challenge, I think, right? To like work with something that wasn't intended to become a film at first.
So when I came, it was really a challenge to go through all this material and to understand the point of view of Marusya to make it. So because we are full of the cliche of what is depression, what is drug abuse, we need right way to find a reasonable justification for something, and it's not like that. And that's a lot of things that I've learned through Marusya. What is the meaning of filming something? That was the core of the film. I mean, how to save a friend. You film, but why you film? Is it for making a film? Is it that you're a director? Is it for just capturing something? Is it for protecting yourself from some reality? The idea of a vision of what I'm going through and the experience of the visual image of the cinematic language, that's what's kind of make it the final kind of thing that we watch.
In the very beginning, I thought it would be a film about Kimi only. And I think while we were editing, we realized that there are two main characters, me and Kimi. And it's not enough for me to be just behind the camera.
I remember that at the beginning, even the voiceover, you wanted to work with someone and you like someone who writes and like him to write. I give the idea in here and it didn't work. Like for the three person that you've met, it didn't work. And it was kind of, okay, it's my film. I need to write the voice. I'm the best one to write the voiceover, but I needed to go through these stages. It cannot be like from the beginning, I'm going to talk about this hard feelings or stuff I went through. So,
в 2005 году мне было 16, и я была уверена, что это последний год моей жизни.
I was super not confident in my writing, and especially when you write about something such personal or painful, and I didn't want to sound whiny. I feel like it's like maybe it's just in Russian culture that you shouldn't, complain about your life.
I was living in the Netherlands when Kimi passed away, and I still remember how Marusya wrote about his death on Facebook. And when I came back to Russia in 2018, and she showed me some pieces, and I was so touched. Of course, it's a mixture of like beautiful warm feelings from the materials when you watch them. Also, you see the tragic of the situation, but it was really personal, unique, and we started to work. And I clearly understood that there is no way to raise money in Russia, and I didn't want to do that. And we realized that the process of the fundraising and budgeting will be long, but we didn't have any troubles with that. And we have applied to Eurodoc in the end of 2018, and it was a really important step, and it pushed the project into a really important direction. And actually at Eurodoc we met our producer from Sweden, Mario Adamson, and they had kind of mother feelings for this project because it gives you such a responsibility that you are handling such a big piece of life and that you just can't put it in the wrong hands.
Actually, the first time we watched the material, it was an apartment in Berlin, and I've seen how she was not very comfortable sharing the material. And I was thinking, okay, that's going to be very hard actually to watch the material together because it's so intimate. So we need time.
We couldn't stay neutral and not to show the politics because we are both Marusya and me are actively we're taking part at the protests, and we should show that. And I think in the end we just have the right balance between this personal story, which is still major and the most moving plot of the film, and also we have quite strong explanation of what is going on in the Russian society. So yeah, but we faced some when we pitched and we had individual meetings, and many wanted
more protests,
more explanations, but it was not our main idea.
The films in Russia are for documentary films. You cannot use cursing words in the film. You need to cut them. You cannot hurt the feeling of the religions. There is a law that hurting religions' feelings. So I mean,
it's a criminal offense. By
criminal offense. You cannot use drug use in the films. So I mean, it didn't today we're gonna apply all these laws. It came one step by other, so you seen that through, and we needed to have that in the film.
А у Кими был другой рецепт. Пригабалин, метадон, кломипромин, флуоксамин, хлорпротексен, амитриптилин.
While we were making this film, the main idea was to be able to show it in Russia, because I think it's very important to show it to people to see what's, just to taking a step back and looking at. But right now it's really hard. Yeah, so before it was hard to be able to go through all this censorship, to be able to show something that is not censored. But right now, after the war started, it just became more strict.
And for example, we had more restriction regarding drugs, and we have something called drug propaganda, and actually nobody knows what is exactly it. Actually, our film shows that that's what happened when you use drugs, and literally we're saying that it's quite dangerous. But even with cannabis leaf, you can be prosecuted administratively.
Cannabis leaf on your
t-shirts or t-shirts, yeah. So it's also propaganda of drugs. So the legislation was changing, and we were, of course, in touch with the lawyers, but we really didn't want to to have this self-censorship, and And we really wanted to have this freedom of the festival screening. So, but now the question of the Russian screenings is still, closed.
And we took a lot of political things from the film. I mean, political thing that we cut it so to not even when people said that we need more, and we cut it less. But today, of course, we watch the film differently with what happened. You see that, but like. The violence is the violence anyway. It's but I hope people will still film.
Завтра первый поминальный день, по возможности можем приехать свечку падочку зажечь. Также 9 дней, 40 дней, полгода и год. Захоронение завершено, всего хорошего, здоровья.